Yes, yes, I know what you're thinking. How did he win free haircuts for life? Well, I'm here to tell you I'm not too proud of it, but yeah, he beat me one on one. So this is my client's son. I play basketball with them at the gym sometimes, and little man is I've been playing with him for a while, and talking trash and all that good stuff. So the last game we played, I was like, "Hey, look, beat me in this game one on one. You can get those free haircuts for life, bro. Huh? What you think?" He's like, "Let's do it." Man, tell me why he pulled the last shot, the step back on me. I ain't put my hand up, but I was like, "Nah, you gonna miss." Bro, that was the winner, the game winner, bro, and I lost, and I was like, "Damn." So, anyways, he won free haircuts for life, and I'm getting ready to pack my bags and go on the run to another country, cause fuck that. Not just playing, but anyways, let's get into this haircut, everybody, cause yeah, this is a good one. So yeah, it's been about a few months since he had a haircut. And let me go ahead and tell you what the haircut is going to be first before we get into it. It is a mid-skin fade with a slight drop in the back. We have a part on the left side, and then we have a small cross in the back right bottom area, like where the drop is of his head. And then the top is just kind of that same TikTok messy front style haircut. It's a lot longer, slight disconnect, not really. And yeah, if you watched my last video, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. But as you can see, what we started with was removing a lot of the weight. So I have my number 4 guard on. I'm kind of scooping out as I go up and using my comb to keep me from going too high. Just getting a lot of that weight out of there, and we're going to continue to get more weight out of there. That's Mika. That's one of my coworkers. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get some of that weight out of there. So once we take everything out with the number 4, we're going to get just some like a little bit more weight before we start the skin. So we're going to do a number 1 lever open. You'll see me do that in a second, and we're going to do that all the way around before we start to take everything down to the skin. Okay, yeah, so we got the number 1 guard, lever open, and we're just going to go ahead and take a lot of that weight out, but we're going to leave it a little bit heavier towards the bottom and the back, because like I said, we're going to do just a slight dip in the back. And you guys will see, so we did the skin fade all the way around, but in that area with the cross, we had to leave it just a little bit darker there, so I did fade it down to the skin, but I did more of a half, like a little bit lower, just so it stayed a little bit darker. And he really wanted that cross to stand out a little bit more. I didn't want to make it too dark because I mean, it's either I have to put it in a different spot or I have to kind of make the fade uneven on both sides, so didn't want to do that. But anyways, now we're doing a skin on the bottom, or yeah, we're taking it to the skin on the bottom. We have the trimmer, and we're stopping like just slightly like above the ear, and we're gonna have it dip down in the back. So I've been kind of enjoying doing my fades this way now, where I like just do one whole side first and then start moving everything on over. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, because usually I skin the whole bottom all the way around and then start on one side and the other, but this time, yeah, we're doing it like this. So yeah, so we got the number 2 guard, and we're just removing a little bit more weight around that area so we can kind of see the area better, and it'll be a lot easier to fade. Now we have our clipper lever halfway open, and we are going up just about a finger's width, not too high, and you can see we're doing it at an angle, so it kind of dips down in the back. Making sure to play around with that lever. We're going to close it down to that 0 and kind of blend that into the skin, and then we're going to switch over to our trimmer just to make sure everything is nice and clean and blended. Now we have our half guard on our clipper, lever closed, and we're going up about 1 finger's width. And we're, like I said, going at an angle because we're going to dip it down in the back. So a drop fade is when it drops down in the back lower than the sides. It's usually dropping around the occipital bone. So just keep that in mind if anyone ever asks for a drop fade. Now we take the half guard off, lever about halfway open, and using just the corner to blend. And now we have thrown our 1.5 guard on our clipper, lever closed, going up another finger's width. And then we are going to play around with that lever and switch back down to our number 1 guard. Number 1 guard, we got the lever open, and then we're gonna slowly close it, and then we're gonna switch over to our half guard and kind of use the corner just to kind of make that blend nice and clean. Let's move on to our number 4 again. We're going to do the lever open and play around with that lever, close it open, you know the deal. And we're going to just take some more of that weight out around, kind of around the crown area. And we're not going to take too much, but yeah, just enough so it kind of lays a little bit more flat. And we'll go back to our number 2 guard, kind of mess around with the lever, just got that all blended in there. That's the number 2 guard, lever open. Like I said, kind of mess around with that, use your best judgment. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just blend everything in there, and you guys will kind of see how it comes together once I line it up. Okay, so I know the fade isn't like a smooth blend. It's a little bit dark, like right above like that lineup area. I understand that. Don't come for me yet. Just know that that is done purposely because we are going to put a part in on the side of his head. And I'll definitely clean that up a little bit more later, but I like to leave it just a little bit dark there just to get that part in there. Sometimes that makes the transition look a little bit like cooler and stuff like that. So yeah, so now we're going to go ahead and do the part. So what I like to do is I like to start on one side first and then go to the opposite side where my ending point's going to be, and then kind of bring everything towards the middle. I feel like that's a good way of like knowing where you're going to start and end, and a good way to get it all nice and clean and exactly where you want it. And see how I'm just bringing both sides closer and closer together. And then yeah, and then once you get a kind of a rough draft line in there, then you can kind of clean it up how you want to. You don't got to do too much too quick, And then you can slowly make it bigger and bigger. You don't need to rush to make it, super like wide, okay? Slowly do that, and then you're gonna bring that line up nice and clean. Clean it up, make it look good, and yeah, that is a nice, smooth little curved part. Moving on to our next step, we have our half guard on, lever closed, and we're going to take that up. Still keep it, like I said, this is a slight drop in the back. It's not like dropped all the way down how I normally do it. So yeah, we got the half guard on. We're just going to take that area all down real quick because I want to put in the cross kind of early before I start to fade everything. So yeah, we got the half guard, we took everything down, and then we got this trimmer. We're going to bald out the bottom, but we're not going to take it too high until we get that cross in. Once we get the cross in, then we'll clean everything up and kind of blend everything in, and now we know kind of like how to gauge it and how to go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use our number 4 guard, and we're going to go ahead and lever open, just take a lot of that bulk out of there, that weight, just like we did before on the opposite side, just to clear up the area a little bit more. Okay, and now we're gonna go ahead and just fade out everything. So we're gonna do that. That's our lever halfway open, and then we're gonna use our 0, kind of the same steps, and then it's just we're keeping it more on the lower end on that right corner, just to keep it darker for the cross. But everything's gonna be faded the exact same way. So we don't want to go too high on the top here in the crown area, so we are using our thinning shears to kind of make that just blend in a little bit better, just by falling down instead of it getting cut too short and sticking straight out. And here we are starting the cross on the back. So like I said, we did about a half there, and we're going to cut that cross in, and then we're going to still blend in the half to the skin around it, but we just wanted that area to be just a little bit darker so it can stand out a little bit more. And for the opposite side, we are just doing the exact same steps. We're just gonna fade that whole area with the exact same steps that we did on the opposite side, and yeah, and then we'll move on to trim the top. Alright, so we're just gonna cut some off the sides there and maybe thin it out just a bit, but we're not gonna cut too much off the top. We are gonna cut the bangs out of his eyes. He wants it above his eyes, and you know, maybe I think we did about a 1/2 inch off the top or so. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but get everything sprayed down with the water, comb everything out, and then we'll start to trim. Personally, I like to start with the bangs first to figure out the length in front of the eyes, um, and then that way we can cut the rest of the top. And you know, it's just, I don't know, to me it just seems a lot easier. Maybe to some people not really, but yeah, cut the bangs first, get that to the desired length, and then we'll move on to cutting the top. And we don't want to cut too much to where like it rounds out, so we're doing that. If you watched my last video, I did it where you pull the sides out at like a 90-degree angle, but slightly tilt it a little bit more to where it's coming down diagonally, so the top is out more and it kind of is slanted down, coming down a little bit shorter towards the bottom, so that way it falls to where it's a little bit heavier around the crown area and just a little bit shorter towards the bottom. And yeah, that way we keep it nice and long and be able to like keep it nice and long and messy and all that on top, and it looks good at the end. And for any excess hair hanging over, we're going to go ahead and do scissor over comb and just trim a little bit of the excess hair hanging over. Whenever you're doing a design, I do recommend using a straight razor if it's a big enough design to like fit a razor in there. It's good to do that because it'll make it last longer, but also make the design look a lot cleaner and stand out more. So this is the final cut, but this is me showing him the mirror before I put product in. We are about to dry his hair and then style it with some clay pomade. So we got a diffuser, drying the hair, doing it a little messy, and then we're gonna add some pomade. I'm sorry, I said clay pomade, I meant like the powder pomade. So yeah, using some of the powder pomade. You know, this is a great product for the kind of messy, just kind of the up and messy look. Give it a lot of texture and stuff, and that's what he's going for. So yeah, and then you guys will see the final result at the end. Here is the before if you need a reminder, and this is the after. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate your support. If you could subscribe and send this video to somebody, I'd appreciate that. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.